So I'm going to tell you a little bit about tips and tricks when it comes to online counseling. So one thing you have to have in mind is that maybe your client isn't used to being in front of a camera, not used to talking to someone online. So for me, I think it's good to address that. Like if the person is already insecure to meet you or meet you online, you can just address that and you can say, yeah, well, it's for the first time talking to someone online, it's a little bit weird, but then you will get used to it. So that's one of my tricks. Another thing you should bear in mind is that you should have some kind of protocol regarding your communication. So you should maybe it could be how you're going to receive information. Are you going to ask your client to fill out a form? Are you going to ask him to send you some data via email or via normal postal blah blah blah? Mm-hmm. So it's necessary to tell your client how you want him to send you this information. Mm-hmm. So that's like all sorted. Mm-hmm. You should also tell your client beforehand how the therapy is going to be. You are going to book him how many sessions, 5 sessions, 10 sessions, and you have to tell your client what will happen if he's not going to show up. If you're going to make your client pay, your client has to know before. You cannot make your client pay and he didn't know before that this was the arrangement. So I think this is very important. One of the things that I found a bit difficult was that I was really, I had my mind on, I have to maintain eye contact. And I was always like staring into the camera. I mean, this is not necessary. I mean, you can just watch the screen. And the other person is also just watching the screen, and that's just fine. I would say now I am just so used to being online. I like it more than being non-line, like I call it. It just makes so, if you have your protocols ready, I mean, you introduce to your client or to your client how you want things to be arranged. This is how it is if you don't pay. This is how I want to collect data. This is how I want you to let me know if you're not coming today. If everything is like discussed beforehand, you should not have any problems. And also there's so much time you gain because you don't have this time when you are meeting person, they have to get undressed, they have to go to the bathroom, they have to go and have a sip of water. This time is erased and it's just purely into your therapy connection. I had a moment where I was like, this online thing, it's too hectic, it's too much pressure and I need to meet people in between. But actually it's not like that anymore. I just prefer to be online as much as I can because I just feel my work is much more focused. And when it's done, it's done. I mean, I don't have to wait until the next client is arriving or taking his coat off or whatever. It's just, I can just roll my sessions. And I think this is just a feeling, but I think they might be more intense because we're online and we're just, you take away this time for chit chat. It's not so. You save it for later. I share screen a lot with a screen sharing feature in Kara. I can share documents, I can share web pages, I can share my iPad. I do that a lot, where I am engaging with the child in some activity through iPad. We use documents we can both write into. So just we're using the features to its fullest. I work with a lot of young kids, down to 4 years old, and it's not a problem at all. Many people would say, like, what are you going to do if the kid is running away? But we are using our resources so well, and there's so much you can do as a telepractitioner, that we just use our resources very well to engage with the child and make sure it's a positive experience. And if you just make sure it's a positive experience in the beginning, you will succeed. You will succeed.